course, they used score fate at its core is Israeli box. Jorge's one example. There could be hundreds, maybe thousands of black ops units made to trample on your rights while not allowing you to talk about who's bowing to Netanyahu this week. Somehow this crazy clown's the king of when and how Americans speak. These days are probably cheap when kosher bacon's on the line. And tell Haman's allowed to keep his concentration camp defined as many days before it's time with the kind of crazy tech that's so amazing it reminds great minds of something they had yet to see, and safe to bet that your dumbass has crushed. To say that you rejected crushed. You're your own deceiver, since you're only a believer of the theater that you choose. As long as someone feeds the meter, you're just a reader of the news. Since the meaner the abuse, the more you seem to be amused. You're just there to clean their shoes.
Jorge's there. What's up, Danny?
They're seen and there to prove their dream is only fair to who is seen as a clearly chosen few. Our despair is their only passion.
I mean, I'm sorry, but my fucking lyrics are out fucking outrageous, man. Just outrageous. If I had your standard hip hop beats, like if Dr. Dre did a song, you'd be like, oh my god. Team Jorge is pure hate, and they shape what we see. Their short fate obscures grade well when taking off the G. Their work rate's what ensures they are safe when they deceive. Their wordplay is absurd, may they take what they believe. I'll go, where you been, brother?
Their sleeves hide aces and track marks.
Their sleeves hide aces and track marks. Come on, guys. Nobody's putting it out there like this. I'm sorry, nobody's lyrics even come close. Even come close. To say shit, make it cool, but it's also like poignant. It doesn't sound stupid. Tom McDonald talking about Jesus and shit. Ugh. Look at this shit. It's one of the worst mornings we've had in a long time. Jesus. Oh, I advocate for people that way. Sure you do. Why would anybody, like, if you're offering that kind of setup, you wouldn't need to go fucking spamming some random goddamn YouTube page. Like, if anybody falls for that shit, think about it. If he's offering that good of a fucking opportunity, why would he have to spam a fucking random YouTube video? Which is just one of many. Yes, this is mine. Go get your free download. It's amazing to me that, like, people who like Jane are like fans, and like, because you do it, you take it for granted. You don't think about it. I just assume everybody understands that. I assume everybody has gotten their free download from the website and all that stuff. But a lot of people just still don't realize it. You know, court dates and shit. Oh, that sounds like fun. That would never work anyway. I sent the message once. Jackass, that's not spamming. Oh, yeah. No, you coming in and putting your copy and paste message into this feed like you do on many other feeds is the definition of spamming. Whether you do it multiple times on my feed or not, this is a copy and paste message. And again, it's not like you defend against what I'm saying. You don't say, oh no, blah. You know I'm right. If you were offering a legitimate opportunity for people, people would come to you. You wouldn't have to just be throwing it out there. Throwing it out there means you're going to get hundreds of random, unqualified people trying to take advantage. That's the point. That's how regular people need to be able to see the world, to understand things. But hey, look at this. Look how angry he got Look how angry he got and then focused on the wrong part. Oh, you said spamming. I only posted it one time. Right. Fucking clown. Actually, like, piece of shit. You're a piece of shit. I'm advocating for myself. I don't care if others starve around me as long as I'm living well. Exactly. What kind of piece of shit are you? That kind of piece of shit. Right? And you must be a friar with the way you're doing it, right? Fucking piece of shit chosen friar. I don't care if other people are starving around me. But this is how you know he's a scamming piece of shit. Like it's not just somebody talking shit. This is somebody trying to dupe people. This is somebody throwing out a fishing line with poisonous bait on it. Like, he's a piece of shit. He's hoping that somebody is desperate enough to overlook the obvious and fall into his little fucking trap. And then he's gonna take those people for everything he can because he's a piece of fucking trash. A piece of trash. Joined 4 months ago, has 0 subscribers. Yeah, that sounds like a successful businessman to me, doesn't it? I'm an advocate. Fuck you, you piece of shit. People like you need to die. People that would take advantage of other people, you need to die, you sick piece of shit. But again, you're more than likely another chosen piece of shit, so... Is anybody surprised? Like, seriously. $30 per hour minimum wage, $100 for an entire month of groceries, $250 for full month's rent, and 1-bedroom apartment, and 95 cents on the gallon. Do you understand? Like, that's so much paying out. That sounds, I don't know, too good to be true. You think maybe? Such an asshole. Such a fucking horrible piece of shit. It's nightmare view.
There's nothing you've experienced in your petty goyim life that is sharper than the period where my back had every knife, which is nothing if not rife with the strife that slices wrists, inserted with shofars and pipes by trifling wives who only exist to make more rich kids to enlist in the sick, disgusting game, like the drizzle.
No, he's saying it's $200 towards rent. $250 towards rent. So I found out that Trump and Bibi want Gaza for a canal. You just found out about the Ben Gurion Canal? Yeah, that's what it's... That's, you know... On paper, that's like... It's weird, right? Like, because there's levels to it. So that's sort of what they say it's about, but that's what you find out it's about if you look into it. But that's not what it's about. What it's about is killing. The thing that we don't talk about enough and people feel like they're not allowed to say is that these friars, they just like killing people. They're disgusting. And their rituals require killing. Yeah, they're just murderous psychopaths. They really are just monsters. You know, monsters. Like I keep trying to tell you guys, you have to understand, Israel could have taken Gaza the whole time. Right? Israel could have taken Gaza in 48. Israel could have taken Gaza in 67, and Israel could have taken Gaza at any point since then. There's a reason why they let Gaza exist. And it's like a shopping center for them, right? It's where they get their wares from. When your shit requires the killing of Palestinians, of Christians, you know, when your rituals require draining the blood of Christian children, well, you need a steady supply of Christian children to get your blood from. And if you take all of Palestine and make it all Israel, well, then there's not going to be any Christians around to be bled, is there? And so you have to leave some, you know, something, you have to leave some available to be abused. You have to leave yourself a little shopping center. You are an emotionally fragile, financially broke goofball, schizophrenic. Oh, there we go. The dumb friar outed himself as a friar, doing anything to contribute to your feudal cause. Yeah, but I'm not a scamming friar piece of shit, am I? I'm not a child raping, fucking bloodletting, blood libel, fucking piece of shit like you, am I, you scammer? You guys notice I can call these guys out immediately nowadays? Doesn't matter what ruse you decide to use. I call them out immediately, and then they just prove the point. Every single time they prove the point. You're gonna look down. Go fuck yourself, you sick piece of shit. Leaving fruit on the vine for the next sacrifice is called farming. Exactly. They're farming. That's all it is. That's all it's ever been. And because they're extending into greater Israel now, they know that their farm is just moving. Okay? They're still going to be able to, I mean, look what they're doing to Lebanon. You're just a broke, low IQ goy. Yeah. Again, I'm not a scamming, pedophile, fucking piece of shit, though, am I? Low IQ. How come if I'm so low IQ, I called you out from the fucking get? From your very first comment, I called you out for being the scamming piece of shit that you are. If I'm so low IQ, how come your piece of shit scam doesn't work on me? How come you're, responding like the fucking typical piece of shit friar that you are? You pedophile piece of shit. Notice that I've called this guy a pedophile numerous times, and he hasn't even acknowledged it. Like, they're so accustomed to being pedophiles that they don't see it as an insult until you remind them, like, oh, hey, that's an insult. Oh, yeah, I'm supposed to get mad about that. I keep forgetting.
Trump is back on TV trial. But where are the Epstein tapes? Oh yeah, Diddy's gone completely wild. But where are the Epstein tapes? Israel's so disgustingly vile. But where are the Epstein tapes? They have you chasing your tail. Meanwhile, where are the friggin' Epstein tapes? ISIS hit Russia in typical style. But where are the Epstein tapes? The boat hit the bridge and fell into a pile. But where are the Epstein tapes? The churches molested another child. But where are the Epstein tapes? They have the goy in a state of denial. But where are the friggin' Epstein tapes? Everything's a conspiracy, at least by definition. So, mention can seem to sheep like repetition. Opinions in a constant state of confusion is how most of us live in a place where they abuse and display so much amusement from telling us their truth. Then they say we need improvement when we rebel against their proof. But when we delve into the roots, we see the dye they use to mold, the hell they use to spoof us into soldiers to be told, the orders we behold.
That shit's so good right there. When we delve into the roots, we see the dye they use to mold. I mean, you understand there's like a triple entendre in there. Oh, here, let's see. It's not an insult to me because I'm not one. Yeah, that makes sense, you fucking pedophile. You're a friar, right? All of you friars are pedophiles. Every last one of you. I'm not mad about false accusations. I like women in their THERE because, again, super smart guy there. 30s and 40s, that's my personal preference. Why get mad at your false accusations and lies? Yeah, that's what it is. See what I mean? As soon as you point it out, they're like, oh, it's I don't get mad. You don't defend it. You don't even say, what are you fucking talking about? Because normal people who aren't pedos, if you call them a pedo, they go, hey, fuck you, man. That's disgusting. Why would you even say something like that? But not you, because you just don't understand that. I swear, I like women in the THERE, 30s and 40s, that super high IQ. My first language is Hebrew. So if I was going, the ugliest language in the world and the newest language in the world. Hebrew is the youngest language in the world. And the exposure, like my exposure of it, has gotten them to change things on Wikipedia just to try to cover for it. But yeah, Hebrew is the youngest language in the world. They're just disgusting. And ask yourself again. So we're supposed to believe that within 2 minutes of going live in Detroit, a random Hebrew speaking friar in Israel just happened to come onto my feed and advocate offering people a job that's too good to be true. Trying to get somebody to reach out to them and give them information. What do you think the chances are that would happen? What do you think that would happen randomly? Just randomly, some piece of shit fucking friar. Some piece of shit friar would come on here and try to scam people. And remember, he's offering a scam. His little micro penis. 30 and 40-year-old women don't like micro penises. That's why you guys rape children so much, right? Soul correction. The only people who constantly accuse others of such things are secretly that thing you are projecting. Oh, here we go again. Now projecting, another one of those things. Yep. Yeah. It just happened to work out that this random piece of shit friar, he's not a pedophile. He's not, well, he's exactly everything I say he is, except for the pedophile thing. I magically called him out with one comment. I called him out as being a piece of shit friar trying to scam people. Only took one comment. And then he didn't even respond to the pedophile accusations until I pointed out that he doesn't respond to the pedophile accusations. Now, that's all he's going to respond to. He's not going to because it's ridiculous, but now that's what he's going to do.
I'm going around upstairs for a minute.
I'm not ready to go upstairs yet. Yeah.
It's 2 yahoos have been in prayer for me.
Yeah. And then, of course, we have the at.il pre-programmed responses. You are schizophrenic. You are projecting. It's so funny how stupid they are, and that they just like they can't seem to get, you know, a decent script. And if anything challenge the script, they just flip out. They just can't handle it. But they're so obvious in everything they do because that's who they are. It's like if you ever talk to a bodybuilder, you're gonna know you're talking to a bodybuilder, even if you can't see them, just because they you know, that's how they speak. You know, they talk about shit like that. You talk to a fighter, you know, it's gonna take, you know, not too long before you realize they're a fighter. Same with a piece of shit pedo fryer scammer. Literally, it took one comment. Oh, hey guys, look, a pedophile scammer fryer is here trying to fuck people over. One comment. And he outed himself. Do you understand how unlikely it is that a fryer would be here to begin with? Any fryer whatsoever. No fryer should be on my feed. Why would any selfish, arrogant piece of shit fryer come to a feed where they're just going to get their ass whipped and they're going to provide, you know, the examples I need? Like I allow them to be here because they provide such a great example. But do you honestly think that any fryer is just going to stumble across this feed and start advocating with a job that's too good to be true? No, it's just, it's all act.il. They're trying to adjust their approach. You know, this piece of shit was hoping I wouldn't call him out immediately and he would be able to get a few people. Some desperate people, some desperate goyim who would, you know, see what he's offering and fall for it. Send him some shit. Right? And then the fact that you call him out as a fryer and he immediately starts spouting off the, you know, schizophrenic, take your meds, projecting, you know, all that shit. Do you know what the chances of that are? Like, just naturally? It's impossible. It just would never happen. Obviously, it's to make adjustments. But again, we're talking about really, really stupid people, like really fundamentally stupid people who believe that 13-year-old, you know, children are adults. Right? As soon as you turn 13, you become an adult. Nobody with half a fucking brain thinks a 13-year-old kid is an adult. Unless you're like, you know, 7. But this is the type of people we're talking about. Just really, really awful, awful human beings. And I hate even saying human beings because that puts us in the same category, but I guess technically they are. Although it's much more comfortable to call them little troll goblins and shit. But like, this dumbass wasn't even smart enough to be like, I'm not a fryer. He couldn't. Because nobody else uses dumb shit like schizophrenia. No other people, like, as a standard, think mental illness is a funny joke or anything like that, right? Like, it's obviously them right from the beginning. Yes, bar mitzvah is the coming of age, thus adults, yup. Right, which means you can fuck them now. Because that's what it's all about. Even 18 is too young to be an adult. Absolutely, Stephanie, you are correct. Right? The alien shit is getting ridiculous because my shit is blowing up. Because they need to distract the goy with something. But again, this piece of shit thinks, stop being idiotic. Yeah, I'm being idiotic thinking that 13-year-olds aren't adults. And they don't think of them as adults either. Don't get it twisted. Nobody turns 13 in their community and they're like, all right, you can drive now. You can vote. You can get yourself a house. You can do this. You can do that. No. All that the bar bat mitzvah does, turning 13 does, becoming an adult does, is make them eligible for fucking without getting in trouble. They can marry a man who, like Rabbi Shmuley, right? Good old fucking piece of shit pedophile Shmuley. He admitted that his dad is 10 years older than his mom. He says that he is the youngest of 5 kids, and his mother had him at 24. They had taken a break from having kids, which would be 1, maybe 20, when she had the oldest sibling. Now, even if you're trying to knock kids out like as quickly as possible, you're still like the woman's body can't, pumping out 2 kids in a 20-something month period is a big deal. It's hard, but to pop out 4 kids in 4 years is not going to happen. So you're basically looking at about 2 years in between each child, meaning if she was 21 when she had the next oldest, you got to throw 4 kids in there, right? So we're talking about was 13 when she started having children with her 10-year plus husband, and that 10 years plus. It's just what they do. They're sick pieces of shit, man. You need to be 19, 21 to buy alcohol, smokes. You need to be 21 to buy alcohol. You need to be 18 to buy cigarettes. Right? Did that change?
I think it might have. I don't know.
Did the cigarette age change to 19? That'd be great.
Remove the tray. Just you don't get it.
And again, they don't consider them like the only thing the bar mitzvah does is legitimize when the boy tells his mom to shut the fuck up. But nobody thinks a 13-year-old is an adult. And nobody looks at, no normal people look at a 13-year-old's body and goes, oh yeah, that's desirable. Look, they have a couple of pubes. We shaved my youngest today. He shaved his mustache for the first time in months. And he was like, no, don't shave my mustache, because he had the little peach fuzz going. 13, yeah. It's not a man. That's way more of a boy than it is a man. Deep-seated programming, so of course he believes the age gap is no big deal. Right, well, and because he's guilty. That's the biggest thing. The reason why none of them call out soul correction, which is basically the raping of children that happens every 2 weeks after Torah lessons in Israel and in Lakewood and places like that, to this day, it happens every 2 weeks, is because he partakes in that shit. No, wait. No, he likes women in their 30s and 40s. Sure you do, bud. Sure. My imaginary friend thinks yeah, about two years apart. That's about normal. That's about what women can handle. Their bodies need to recover. So to have your woman pop out 4 kids in 4 years makes no sense. In Virginia, the place where it comes from, oh, where are you at in Virginia? Fuck, I hate Virginia, man. I lived in Hampton Roads, and I lived in Va Beach for a minute, but I spent the majority of my time in Hampton Roads. And I hated every fucking second. I actually lived right by Langley Air Force Base. What are the Friar tunnels about in New York? Interestingly, if you ask piece of shit Ari Shafir says, "Oh, well, it's just, if you lived in New York, you would understand how cramped it is. So they just made all these illegal tunnels to store old furniture like high chairs and stuff." And then he says, or, like he's giving you a definitive answer. It's this. Or, if it's raining outside and they need a place to go inside and pray, they will go through the building to get into the secret tunnels so they can pray. This is why I always tag Ari Shafir in my shit on Facebook. Like, I've always hated that piece of shit. His special that came out the same week Kanye got in trouble, where he flat out tells you, like, they're talking shit about you. They call you Goyim because they're talking shit about you. And he says, that's what the tunnels are for. He put his nothing, and he was like, you got to see it, actually, because it's fucking gross, man. It just shows you how disgusting, and at the same time, like, they're always protecting each other. And I would give anything. I would love to have that dude. He's supposed to be so smart. He's supposed to be and he's supposed to be an atheist, but he's not. But listen to this piece of shit. Ugly motherfucker.
Jews be Jewing.
I say that all the time.
Yeah.
Because Jews be Jewing.
They had these underground tunnels and this like extra storage space. You don't know what it's like to live in New York. There's no room. And they're like, let's put some stuff there. Let's put the old high chairs there. Let's put old fucking whatever we're gonna put in there. Let's put all the old coats, lost and found. Let's just make some room. Or let's do in rainy days we can go down there. We can have a second like prayer service down there. So the theory
That's
all the mattress down there.
That's the explanation that he gives, and he doesn't even look confident in it. And the guys around him who know that he's the fucking key to the podcast, the Solid Show, they just let him get away with this shit. So this is what else he says. Listen to the rest of this.
Like sex trafficking.
Right, yeah.
They always go to sex trafficking.
Because I think they want it to be sex trafficking.
They want it to be sex trafficking. And Jews don't really do that. They wouldn't go through the synagogue. If it was Jews, it'd be Epstein on his own.
Right.
But Jews generally like, hey, we're going to the cops about this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. They don't cover it up community-wise or transfer you to another community the way Catholics do.
Yeah. Right.
They don't cover it up or transfer you to another community the way Catholics do. They would go to the police. Are you out of your fucking mind? He's as much of a liar as any of them. I mean, were you just going to ignore soul correction? You just going to ignore Matitza Bapé? You just going to ignore what the Talmud says? You just going to ignore Naomi Elkins and the cover-up that was a bottom of darkness ritual gone wrong? A binding of Isaac ritual gone wrong? Who the fuck has controlled Hollywood this whole time with all the pedos in Hollywood? The tunnels are the same everywhere to sneak around and do evil shit. Exactly. And they found most of those tunnels. Those tunnels were used by the previous version for who knows what. But they weren't building these tunnels. They found most of them. Ari Shafir is such a piece of shit. Hang tight, I just want to do a quick share on Facebook, so don't go anywhere. All right, now hang on one more sec, because I got to tag Ari. What a fucking awful name. All right, sorry about that. Yeah, they're just foul, awful creatures. And if you're watching this, please share, like, share, sub, share it on Facebook, and tag Ari Shafir at Ari Shafir Comedian. Call him out. Say, this guy is looking for you, Ari. This guy wants to have a talk with you, Ari, you piece of shit, you pedophile coward. I know you don't want to endanger your C-level celebrity status, but, I mean, if you're right, you shouldn't be at all worried, right? If I'm wrong, then you should be able to just fucking crush me. You know, how come all of these other people don't have the same confidence I have? I was talking to my kid about it today. Like, look, on paper, I'm a loser, man. On paper, I got 6 viewers. But then you go, well, I got 6 viewers, but 7 likes and 2,600 plus subscribers. The only way this ever makes sense is if you look at it like my downfall is manufactured. And so you have to take these wins when you can get them. Like, that's just what it is. Ouch. You know, I keep... Do you guys not... Like, I tried to warn you guys about Ian Carroll months ago. Where the fuck is Ian Carroll? No, not most of them. I don't know what that means. What do you mean? Not most, just some of... Who are you talking about? All friars are pedos. All of them. You know, you're a pedo if you know that there's pedophilia happening and you don't do anything about it. I don't care if you personally have had a friar be nice to your fucking face. When you walk away, they talk shit about you. You guys notice the fucking the bitch ass that got called out? He sure disappeared quick, didn't he? When it just wasn't working, he got called the fuck out. He couldn't fucking hide it, so he just left. Like the coward they are. Because he's a fucking coward. They're all cowards. They're all horrible, cowardly pieces of shit. You know, I'd love to talk to Shmooly. I'd love for Shmooly to have the balls to engage with me, because I wouldn't play nice. You know? And I'm absolutely here to tell you not to fall for fucking Dan Blazarian. As a matter of fact, if anything should steer you, or at least open your eyes to it, because again, at the end of the day, I get Arian's better than having Randy Fine in office, but you can see in my feed, the friars that are here are like, wait, like Bilzerian? Why not? Why don't you like Dan Bilzerian? Because I'm supposed to like Dan Bilzerian. I'm supposed to be falling for the Dan Bilzerian bullshit. We all are. Oh, look, they're allowing one of us to get a position to challenge, to run against Randy Fine. Look at how nice they are. Dan's a piece of shit. Dan is a piece of shit. And again, he's one of those guys. I give anything. Come on, let's have a debate there, buddy. You know, none of these guys even... They won't. They never would. I would make every one of them look stupid. And again, where the fuck is Ian Carroll? I tried to warn you. When I saw it happening, I tried to warn you. Do not download that shit. What's my opinion on Thomas Massey? Well, did you guys fall for it? No. Thomas Massey said just enough. He didn't, he said just like enough to make it sound like he was opposed to the system, but he never said anything crazy. Right? Like it's at the end of the day, I'm not special. For me to see it, for me to lay it all out for you like it is, means that people who literally deal work and information, they know the same things I do. And that depending on what they say, I mean, none of them say what I say. Nick Fuentes is an absolute piece of shit. Another agent. Where'd he go? Has he returned yet? Has he shown back up yet? Nick Fuentes is like the same thing as Dan Bilzerian. Except Nick's a Catholic psychopath. Dan is a Christian psychopath. Nick is a cat. But both of those guys, it's the same thing. They're like, you wouldn't know who Nick Fuentes was if he wasn't at a fucking dinner with Kanye West and the fucking president. How did he get that honor? Oh, he was just a guest of Kanye. What the fuck are you talking about? This idiotic lunatic is still on here. Yeah, I know. People talk about ending your supremacy. They must be crazy. Well, psychosis, pathological disorder, and an irrational phobia, right? You have a psychosis. That's schizophrenia. I'm so stupid I don't know what schizophrenia means, but I say it. Nick Fuentes is he's like, just like they're assholes. So when they're saying a lot of true shit about the friars, you go, oh, well, what else does he say? And they go, you go, well, you see what he says about black people, what he says about women, what he says about gays, what he says about, anyone else but what. You go, oh, he's an awful, horrible person. So the things he's saying about friars must fall into that category. Right? It's a work. Right? Anybody that speaks out against the friars, well, they're a bad guy. And look, he's a bad guy across the board, just like Dan. Nick is a CIA shill. Thomas Massey isn't part of the Epstein class. Why would you think that? The tunnel's not found. Most just some. And they're not building tunnels, dude. Right. We often forget when it comes to these truthers because we're so desperate. The older you are, the longer you've been in this circle. Like, I know some of you were like Kool-Aid drinkers up until very recently, and I don't know how that works. I don't know how anybody says, well, I used to support Israel. Like Argo's guy, Flynn McQuinn or Quinn McFlynn, whatever the fuck his name is. Argo tags me in a video one day and he's like, what do you think? And I know Argo didn't see it the way I saw it, but the guy says, prior to October 7th and even after October 7th, I supported Israel. But then I started noticing some stuff. And when I started noticing some stuff, I started asking questions. And when I started asking questions, I received resistance and horrible treatment. They treated me horribly. And because they treated me horribly, I said, fuck them, blah, 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 blah. And who knows? I might still one day support Israel. But for right now, as they're talking bad about me and they don't play the way I want them to play, I say, fuck them. It's like, dude, what do you mean you supported the occupation of another country by these psychopaths prior to the October 7th false flag? All of them don't have access to the island. Yeah, no shit. They have private islands like Epstein Island. Why would they need tunnels? What are you talking about? The islands are like excursions. The islands are like getaways. But they live their everyday lives inside the states and inside the countries that they live in. You know? They have to find the goyim somewhere. On an island, you're going to run out of goyim pretty quickly, aren't you? Interestingly, none of these guys has looked up, because all the people with all the software that can search the files and all the people distracted by the files. Not one of them has looked into how many times goyim appears in those files, because it's a lot. But that's the kind of stuff that they can't let out. Like, that should be a number one sort of thing. But they don't let that piece out. You know, 4 computers, each, the way they had it worked out with the 4 computers and shit, like, they're talking millions of files. You're talking 1 second per file. Like, it's just all goofy. It's all a big show. And it's all about keeping you from looking at the Epstein, demanding for the Epstein tapes. Who gives a fuck about these files? I want to know about the tapes. The tapes they found in all 3 of Epstein's residences, in the secret room, in a safe, that had the name of the person, the name of the victim, and how old they were written on the... Where did those all go? Are you ready for another conspiracy theory? That's nothing if not true. Especially people my age or near me with friends or family made to lose their lives that were removed or just screwed, both up and down. While the excuses that are used prove the same clues that I found to be the blame that's on the brown people, as it always is, when the shame that's underground hides the evil that persists to this day involving kids. But today it's called Epstein. As organic as plastic, as scripted as a scene from a liquid TV dream. We need an eon flux capacitor persistently between our genetics and the massacre that speaks to how these bastards hurt children for their entertainment. And Franklin was a masterwork, like how the lead investigator's plane went down like an embankment after it fell apart mid-air. Something turned it into pavement, and it's obviously unfair that Gary Caradoni's kid was there. He was only 8 years old, and since his briefcase disappeared, the story just went cold. They gave us... So, you know, while you're distracted by Epstein, or focused, whatever, very few people are talking about Franklin. You know, and Algo and I have talked about Franklin many, many times. Franklin was Epstein long before Epstein. But you see the same tactics. Where today it's a Nick Fuentes, it's a Dan Bilzerian, and whatever. Back then, we're talking about former FBI chief Ted Gunderson. Former FBI William Cooper. Like, they used to use those guys because those guys had the utmost credibility, being former top members of alphabet organizations. And both of them, they didn't tell you, hey, it's the friars. They said, oh, it's the Satanists. I know all those symbols look like friar symbols, but the Satan symbols, you just gotta, you're looking at it upside down. Here, turn it around. The new one, you like the new one? Thank you. Julie Swetnick, is that what you're talking about? Pictures featuring Larry the Coward breaking children's dreams. Yeah, Julie Swetnick is again like I could make a Bacardi party song over and over again like most people do. Black diamonds on far side, it ain't tricking if you got it. Shoot, 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 nigga, shoot, bang, 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 drugs, bang, bang, shoot, nigga, bang, bitches, hoes. How come every single person has forgotten about Julie Swetnick? Julie Swetnick flat out told you that Brett Kavanaugh, the Skull and Bonesman, was having the Skull and Bones rape parties that fucking everybody knows about, but nobody knows about kind of thing. And they distracted you with Blasey Ford. I mean, seriously, how come nobody ever comes in here to debunk what I'm saying? If I'm just some wrong, crazy person, where is everybody telling me what I'm wrong about? Go on, tell us how Julie Swetnick wasn't valid. Please, by all means, I'd love to hear it.
They gave us gold war syndrome to keep Franklin in shade. Unfortunately for them, the goy asked too many questions because when things just don't make no sense and we notice misdirection, we tend to call out the infection with a penchant for detection. We saw they broke the law, then we mentioned how their henchmen gave the impression their intention was to lessen the chances they're caught. Their aggressions and discretion was the lesson being taught. And although we sessions bought and paid for with our taxes, their expressions had us so distraught they made everybody ask if they can cause plane crashes, then pass it off as accidents. Are the transcripts just a synapses making masses become passionate that the brass is all compassionless and always telling us lies? We've mastered being the last to give a fuck about the prize that we get for closing eyes. And by August 3rd, weeks later, the Gulf War was then supplied and the Desert Storm was tailored to cover up the papers while the story disappeared. The Epstein Pizzagate Franklin Savior lives inside your mirror.
Exactly. I mean, seriously. My music might not be Led Zeppelin, right? But I absolutely think I could have a niche audience. I think somebody could make a lot of millions of dollars off of us. Especially with the way the world works now. You really think that we're just not good enough? Fucking ridiculous, man. You know, the problem with my music is that if you start listening to it too much, it's going to ruin the other shit for you. It's definitely going to ruin stupid music for you. You know, I to this day still think The Chronic is the greatest hip-hop album ever made. But if you go listen to it, it's kind of goofy.
So I keep writing these songs and send them to Charles in the hopes he gets them.
How come your songs ain't on YouTube? They is. Just look up TBG Music. They keep taking them down, though. YouTube doesn't like us very much. Like, if you look at our songs on YouTube, see, so the reason my band is the Bilderberg Group is because of my confidence, right? I always believed that we would be one of the biggest bands in the world. If allowed to be, we would be. You know, stupid, wishy-washy thinking, but either way. And I thought if the Bilderberg Group band was a big name, then when people went to Google it and search for bands, information, songs, whatever, they would end up getting one hell of a fucking education. Which is why so many of our first songs are also named the titles of documentaries and shit that I wish you would watch. September Clues, A Rich Man's Trick. Hello, 6 Million Lies. Hello. What you doing? Oh, my big boy. Oh, my big boy. It's nap time.
Why am I the chosen one, protecting chosen boys and girls from choiceless crimes that have
You go back to
done
sleep.
since Palestinian said, "Come, you filthy stay in our houses for free, and none of you have to pay us back. And when it comes the day that you can make it on your own, let everyone live peacefully gay, show others the love you."
But when you think about like how it's worked since then, at the end of the day, my band should be getting views every single day. Just based off of the fact that people are waking up and searching the Bilderberg Group left and right. We should be accidentally being stumbled across over and over again. But it shows you how truly censored we are. Our Facebook page couldn't be a better example. It's funny to think, like, I have the very best evidence that I'm right, and you know, about all of it, but you're not allowed to see it, which is the evidence in itself. The fact that I'm so censored is the best evidence possible, but because I'm so censored, you'll never see that evidence anyway. Nobody has 6,300 plus following on Facebook and goes live to one or two people getting a slow connection thing at the bottom.
But also there's the static the page runs to obfuscate, stretching the truth like elastic while it kicks you
At the end of the day, it really does come down to you guys. I do my part. I go live for a couple hours every day. I talk about the things I'm not supposed to talk about. I provide you with all the receipts I can. I also give you free music and free music videos and all this shit. I do what I can do. I need you guys to double up. I need you guys to be a better team and start sharing and bringing people here. I need you guys to override the system. I can't share this shit everywhere while I'm live. How do I do that? I shared it to 2 places I have the ability to do it at. But even then, hey everybody, come look at me, is not nearly as powerful as, hey everybody, go look at this guy. What you doing? He's so cute. He's just so cute.
It seems like I'm the only hope. I deserve their favor. I should be their holy goat. I'm their favorite flavor. I'm here to expose how they're living on a razor. I'm the only one I know who's truly Judaism's savior. It's the bottom of darkness. Why are they so heartless? You're not very smart if you are a part of this. It's the bottom of darkness. They are driving us car sick. We are swimming with sharks. It's the bullshit.
Woo!
If a kid says someone hurt them, how bad does it have to be for you to hide behind the curtain of a blind man's disbelief, like a flower-scented queef?
Ooh.
Something smells quite fishy, since the only way we see relief is by washing all of the wishy narratives and the blissful institution is raping children so religiously it's clearly part of their delusion. What they see as an illusion of redemption and transcendence is just more of the...
Did you see Ben Gavir imitating the flotilla aid people? No. I don't even know if he's alive.
Those who would defend it should also do the time.
Like, I still don't think Netanyahu's alive.
This cult as terrorists. They've been living off our dimes, and I'm kind of fucking pissed that this shit even exists. See,
Until you show me
don't understand how
Trump and Netanyahu doing their bi-monthly meeting that they did through 2025. Every 2 months they had... Netanyahu came here 5 times, Trump went there 1 time. And it averaged about every 2 months. And he hasn't... There is no Trump Netanyahu since the rumors of his death. So, I don't know. Ben Gavir needs to be eliminated as fast as anyone else. Ben Gavir is one of the worst human beings to ever.
April of 2025.
Intimidating.
It details the ritual sexual abuse that is everywhere in Israel, every sector, every community. So why didn't any other news outlets pick up the story?
No, there's so much to focus on. There's so many distractions.
Where are the good Jews demanding an investigation?
And the best distractions are shit that you should focus on, right?
And the unbelievable ritual debauchery.
But like for me, I'm pretty tunnel vision, right? I'm pretty focused on what I believe is the straw that breaks the fucking back. Yeah, Ben Gavir's just he's just so fucking awful. He's just so disgusting, like on every level. Sound of his voice, the way he looks, the way he wears his dumbass little goofball hat. Like everything about him is just rotten.
We buy so much stupid they seldom without any truth. Like the actual purpose of Bell's one tell is how they keep on mentioning that the only things worth remembering are the files they've carefully crafted, chewing the fat that they're rendering, using the school books and the passages to turn us all into goyim masochists who believe in devilish fairy tales. If they can make us into insecure savages, you won't see how we're clearly in jail. If you're gonna lie big. A big lie spins of lie to the kids. From the old London bridge to the three little kids. The truth lies in the lines of the grid. Lies in the lines of the grid. Lies in the lines of the grid. Lies in the lines.
If you're watching, like, share, sub, help out, guys. Just look. Does this make sense?
That Liebig decided that regardless of the cost to those who hate reading, their best bet was for them to supply kids with subliminal messages given as prizes. Beautiful pictures of what would be hidden. Decadent visions before their disguises use scriptures to ensure that we're smitten with the narrative. We're not in a prison, yet information withheld is the key. Its imperative solutions are seen as forbidden that way when they tell us we're free. We thank them for dispelling the need to see evidence that's just undeniable. The lie's only as big as their planted seed, we're as free as their truth is reliable.
Absolute gold. Y'all.
Oh, yeah, these guys are funny as
Oh,
fuck.
that one is hilarious.
But it's Jews.
Absolutely. You won't have kids growing up feeling there's no God, no one loves them. The lie of evolution has done a lot of damage.
The lie
of evolution? What's that?
Yes. The atheist lie of evolution, saying there's no God, everything evolved. What a bunch of hogwash.
How old do you think the Earth is?
I believe the Earth is about 2,000 years old.
Based on
2,000? 2,000?
Let me say this. They can come and date a 50-year-old tree and it'll date millions of years. It's not a valid
But
way.
2000s wasn't the Jesus.
All right. When our guys landed on the moon, they calculated how much moon dust would be on the moon's surface if the moon was millions of years old. There was not piles 60 feet of moon dust. They even designed special shoes not to sink in the moon dust. When they got up there, there was less than an inch of moon dust, indicating our moon as we know it is only about 2,000 years old.
Would you like to see the Bible taught in schools?
Absolutely.
I mean, part of it is, like, when you hide truth in stupidity, it kills that truth. So the idea of everything being millions of years old and the Big Bang and evolution and all that, I'm not a subscriber. I'm also not a subscriber to the Jesus bullshit God narrative, but the fact that we only have the two choices. You either believe in God or you believe in the Big Bang. And really, those two things are the same. He's clearly a genius.
They show us a world of see-through pinholes, unmasking the rap, distracting the bull that's actually acting on trapping the pull, sucking in suckers who suck the well dry, cracking the crafting that's as crass as the wool. The fires conspire to use the blind eyes, wired to desire their tired compromise. We fight the light despite being in darkness. Their cards are a part of our martyr lives. They frighten through spite, and regardless of the flight or flight respite that's part of this stance of the brand planning policy. If we hate what they make and break the harness, we'll destroy all their ploys through our honesty.
Woo! God damn, that's fucking amazing.
If you're gonna lie big. A big lie spins a lie to the kids. From the old London bridge to the three little kids. The truth lies in the lines of the grid. 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 Lies in the lines of the grid.
How come you saw the response to the Charlie thing, right? And you saw how how many truthers are out there cracking open that shit, right? Like cracking open the Charlie and pointing out every inconsistency and I mean, the fact that the stories disappeared has a lot to do with the war. Because if the gas prices weren't as high as they are, and if the bullshit wasn't as thick as it is, we'd be like, hey, you guys remember how you told us that guy killed Charlie and then every little piece of evidence you've had is falling apart? Well, where was that same fire when it came to the fake Trump shooting?
Why was the Kirk narrative immediately that he was killed for free speech and Christian values? How did we all just know that before we had any details? Let's stop falling for Charlie Kirk. It's just another operation. White people are now going berserk against those who are not complacent in the left and right invasion, and the propaganda shown that this sanitation, the sickness that we've known, has exponentially grown. And really, how could it not? Their cover has been blown since we were forced to take the shot. And Charlie Kirk was a plot device to move things forward. But what was that black spot on his collar seen to move towards his jugular after the code words
Gang violence
were clearly muttered? Charlie is just a slow turd, and the ass is nothing other than what his Mossad brothers continue to call their home. Israeli gravy smothers the Gaza rice that's all been cloned, since there's only stick-ons to fight the genocidal bombs. It's time to break the chosen bones and call the Charlie Show the con that it isn't, since the bond with our oppressor is unbreakable. We need to see what's going on, and that our food's what keeps their table full. I just want to Kirk all of our enemies in blue and white with Ben Shapiro energy. The only thing that works is when we Kirk the jerks and be the goyim pride that we are meant to be. So back to Charlie's shirt and whatever that thing was. Shouldn't we be more alert and call out what our system does? Whenever there's not enough love for the blood that Israel spills, they produce a biblical flood or put a slug in one of their shills. Which means Charlie wasn't killed by some goyim with a gun, and the wall we need to build will never be done when the goyim are as one. No silly sun gods being worshipped. The story being spun is just the web of lies we're cursed with. Every action has a purpose, every story an agenda. They need you feeling nervous, that way you're willing to pretend the thing in Charlie's shirt was Splenda, and the truth is sugar sweet. But we should defeat. Our freedom of speech should be speaking its mind, and saying Charlie can eat a bag of dicks from behind crosses no lines. He claimed Israel's blessed, and if they are divine, well then so is his death.
That's one of my favorite lines I've ever
I
written.
just want to Kirk all of our enemies in blue and white with Ben Shapiro energy. The only thing that works is when we Kirk the jerks and be the goyim pride that we are meant to be. The only way change happens is through Kirking. The leaders who just laugh and are deserving of our violent goyim wrath. It's so unnerving that the chosen choose the path and it's still working. So if Charlie turned on Israel, why didn't they seem to notice? Netanyahu has given full condolences, but know this: if anyone calls out the hopeless situation raging in Gaza, Israel's number one focus becomes causing them so much drama they run home to their mama while begging for forgiveness. So if Charlie went all Obama, he would be sleeping with the fishes. And I know that he already is, but I didn't mean mean that literally. I meant the friar hugs and kisses and the constant eight-pack chivalry would end just like when Hillary won but lost the election. And then she seemingly willingly disappeared like Bill's erection whenever she's undressing, since she's no teen on Epstein Island. And just like Charlie's quest for blessings, true change starts and ends with violence. But did he really die? When and where, they say? And who were those two guys sending signals like the play was just another JFK to make the country miserable? Because at the end of every day, we're all goyim slaves to Israel. I just want to kirk all of our enemies in blue and white with Ben Shapiro energy. The only thing that works is when we kirk the jerks and be the goyim pride that we are meant to be.
Have it on some
Israel
loudspeakers
made
or in
Charlie
headphones.
Kirk,
Even
and
better.
Israel took him out. Their sacrifice only works when we are filled with doubt. And Israel's not about to kirk one of their own. We're supposed to scream and shout while feeling nothing but alone.
Such a good song. Such a good. You show me something better. Well, this is better. This is easily one of my
If you can
favorites.
prove God isn't working through me, then I'll believe it's real. From my woolly hair and big bronze feet
Sorry,
to
you're
my
just gonna have to
hatred
listen.
of Israel.
Or leave.
If you can pass over my meal, denying my confirmation, I swear to God I will repeal my devilish condemnation. Just look at my beautiful face and tell me I'm not heaven sent. And me not believing in spacemen fits in with the firmament tent. You deny since you are hell-bent on insisting the earth is a globe. And like giving up breathing for Lent, well, I hope this makes your head explode. Prove God's not a TBG fan. Prove it doesn't want you sharing this song.
Stop.
Prove that Guy Williams isn't the man that your God's using to prove you wrong. Prove the fit hitting the shan doesn't prove that your God is pissed. If you can prove I'm not God's plan, then I'll say that's proof.
What's the best Kirk forensic video? I have no idea. I wanted that myself. But I just don't spend a lot of time on it.
What
You know,
proof do you
at the end of the
have God
day,
doesn't hate all religion?
it doesn't matter what it is. Until the Goyim unite and overthrow the friars that control said information, we're just victims. We're at the mercy of whatever they want us to know. So, you know, I don't know. There's so many inconsistencies with the Charlie story. I couldn't tell you who's done the best job debunking it, breaking it all down. But it's just another, you know, it's like any of it. If you just start looking into any of the narratives they've given you, like especially the synagogue shooting, you're going to find, or the San Bernardino shooting, or the Pulse nightclub shooting, or the Vegas shooting, and you're going to find narratives that just don't make any sense, that don't add up.
Prove the fit. The shan doesn't prove that your God is pissed. If you can prove I'm not your God's plan, then I'll say that's proof it exists. Catholics, Christians, Jews, and Scientologists. All the African nonsense you don't know exists. All focus this system demands. Horse-sized locust with the face of a man. Can you prove that the hand of God isn't right? Commanding the thunder and lightning, you're finding so whitening, you're cursing and mad. For enlightening on your sky task. Prove God's not a TBG fan. Prove it doesn't want you sharing this song. Prove that Guy Williams isn't the man that your God's using to prove you wrong. Prove the fit hitting the shan doesn't prove that your God is pissed. If you can prove I'm not your God's plan, then I'll say that's proof.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Guy, I, born Christmas Day to parents born on the same day, same year as the summer solstice. The cusp between Gemini and Cancer, meaning 6 astrological signs came together to make Guy, son of Guy, and Mary, daughter of Joseph.
I wish that was Karen on that flute. That would have been cool.
Born on Christmas Day, you know, just like your good book says. TBG.
Seriously, you know, I have the problem myself. You know, I am a TBG fan. I listen like somebody who didn't write it. I listen as a fan. I love the way it makes me think. I love the way it makes me feel. I love the fact that it does make me think. It's not just mindless nodding my head, yes, niggas, yup, shooting each other, yup, kill bitches and hoes, yup. Like, I like that. And it makes it so when I listen to other shit, even stuff like Eminem stuff, I'm like, man, you are so fucking good. Why won't you make something that matters? All planned ahead to push gun confiscation. They hate when we have TA. No, that's not true. I disagree. They'll never take away our guns. Like, we are so great at killing each other with our guns. And there's nothing that you can even, like, there's no, yeah, but what about that time the people got their guns together, and other than like that Ruby Ridge bullshit or whatever maybe. But at the end of the day, like, our guns shoot bullets and shit. They are so far beyond bullets. Something that none of us seem to talk about is the discombobulator weapon. You know, Trump bragged that they discombobulated, that they were able to, Venezuela, the soldiers were discombobulated. And then if you look it up, it's even worse. Stop. It's even worse than you think. Like the way that they...
Excuse me, Greg and Nip. I'm petty. I admit. You broke my heart playing.
The way that they talk about it is beyond anything that we talk about. And it would have affected the entire country. They don't just have a weapon that affects only military, but it wasn't just the machinery that acted all wonky. It was affecting humans too, giving them headaches, making them disoriented, bloody noses and shit. Why is nobody pushing for any more information on the discombobulator weapon?
Just like Betty Potter, I'm bitter that my batter clearly struck out like my father, but when it seems as though you matter to an actor such as Greg, it feels like good luck shattered both of your broken legs. Since it wasn't like I begged, you fed into my delusion.
So what are the planned events like Vegas done for? Lots of shit. There's lots of reasons. One is to make us hate each other. I mean, that's probably the main thing, is to make us hate each other and turn against each other. Because, you know, whenever it's this lonely everyman who... If you haven't looked up Coop's videos on Vegas yet, you should. Coop's done a really good job of destroying those narratives. And Coop is another project, or Esther project, but the only way you can have a successful Ian Carroll is if he tells a lot of truth, right? So, shit like Vegas, it makes us feel like at any place, at a concert in Las Vegas, like we're never safe. We're always looking at each other like, you know, if you see something, say something. And you know, it does a lot more than just gun control, which didn't happen at all. Gun control, it always comes up, but it never happens. Because they want us to kill each other. They love that we kill each other. And at the end of the day, when they want to fuck things up, they'll use a discombobulator, and your little pew-pew guns aren't going to do shit. When the robot dogs come running down the street, did you guys see Hegseth's $1.6 trillion plea video that was made with the animations playing in the back? At one point, he talks about, the things they need to build, and they're fucking T2 robots. Terminator robots and dogs with guns on their backs and shit. Our guns aren't going to do shit against those. All those people prepping, wasting your money on prep. Like I say it all the time. I hope whatever they do, I hope the bomb hits my house. So I don't have to fucking deal with that survival until they round everyone up bullshit. But all you preppers are doing is you're going to be here to clean up whatever surviving mess there is before they come in and round. You're prepping so that when the shit happens and your neighbors come and say, hey man, help me, you're going to have to kill them. And once you go through, you kill everybody that's left over and you're sort of at your wit's end, then they come and get you. But Vegas does lots of things, man. It's like something that you would have never expected from 9/11 is that even 20 years later, around 9/11 for like a month prior to and a month afterward, the airports charge what they call a 9/11 insurance or a 9/11 tax or whatever it is. And I don't know if it's a percentage or if it's just a flat fee, but in like 2017 or something like that, my wife went to Vegas at that time. And it was like $11.68 or some shit. And if you think that they're adding an extra $11.68 at the least, I don't know if that was a percentage, like I say, or a flat fee, but even if it's just a flat fee, my wife flew the cheapest ticket we could find. If every single ticket sold has an additional $12 attached to it, $11.68, that's billions in profit over some absolute nonsense. Like they're not going to do the same attack on the same day. Why would they ever do something so obviously stupid? But that's what they do to us, right? And I think they gauge our responses, what we seem to respond to more, what we respond to less. If you look at everything that involves the friars, those have direct consequences. If you look up the Secure Community Network, it's going to explain to you how, because of the friar false flags, they use that as a way to justify pumping millions and hundreds of millions of dollars into the friar community for safety purposes. And you get these narratives where like a crazy guy takes 4 friars hostage and then all 4 escape and then the guy gets killed and now we need more security for the friars. Like it's all manipulation, man. I think one of the main things is getting us to turn on each other, to make the Goyim do anything but focus on them. That's literally all they care about. As long as we're not focused on them, they really don't care. They don't care what thing we're complaining about, thing we're happy about. I mean, they give us Trump. They learned really well from Bush 2.0. Because Bush 2.0 is when they pulled off 9/11. And at the end of the day, the average person thought George Bush Jr. was too stupid to pull anything like that off. And that's the same thing with Trump. We just think he's too fucking stupid. While they're just funneling money into Israel. Trump's putting Jared Kushner should be nowhere near the government. And outside of Trump being in office, he wasn't. When Biden was in office, Kushner didn't have any job in government. Kushner's not even a government representative, yet he's out there negotiating government shit. Doesn't that violate some sort of laws and shit? Awake. Shake dreams from your hair, my pretty child, my sweet one.
Awake. Shake dreams from your hair, my pretty child, my sweet one. Choose the day and choose the sign of your day, the day's divinity. First thing you see.
I love the people that cry about me and they come here every day. Oh, you're so stupid.
A vast couples naked, raced down by its quiet side. Soft, bad children, smug in the woolly cotton braids of infancy. Voices are all around us. Choose they croon the ancient ones.
Ooh.
The time has come again.
Someone got stuck.
Now they croon beneath the moon, beside an ancient lake. Enter again the sweet forest. Enter the hot dream. Come with us. Everything is broken up. Indians scattered on dawn's highway waiting. Ghosts crowd the young child's fragile eggshell mind.
My throat hurts. I've been fighting this off for a while, but
We have
I don't know.
assembled inside this ancient and insane theory.
Get out of there.
Propagate our lust for life and flee the swarming wisdom of the streets. Barns have stormed, the windows kept, and only one of all the rest to dance and save us from the divine mockery of words. Music inflames temperament.
Yeah, it's funny. I love this song, especially the original. Yeah, just like with so many other things, I have no idea what the fuck it's about.
Oh,
Like, it
great creator,
doesn't really make any sense.
grant us one more hour to perform
And so many songs don't. Like, they might have a kernel of things, something, whatever, but they're also steeped in metaphor and shit. Like, it's cool to have metaphors, and I try to, for sure. But the metaphors have to match. You have to know what the metaphor means. And you don't see that very often.
Murderers are allowed to roam free. 1,000 magicians arise in the land. Where are the feasts we were promised?
Yeah. So, I don't think I'm going to go much longer. They look to be shutting the feed down pretty well here.
One more thing.
Although I could do a quick reset just to see what
Jim
happens.
Morrison and Guy Williams have the same mind.
But, I don't know.
Just saying. Kind of funny. Especially considering I don't think anybody else has influenced my creative.
Next is Venus and Furs, which is great, but I ain't read it. It's not better than the original.
Shine.
The only time we kick the original's asses is with Perfect Drug.
Whiplash, girl, child. Start.
The song's pretty cool.
Comes in bells, your
Charles is so
service.
weird.
Don't
I love it.
forsake him. Strike your mistress and cure his heart.
the costumes she shall wear. Ermine furs adorn the imperious Severin.
Get out of there.
Waits you there.
Get out of there. Skitty, get out of there. Stop chewing on cords.
Pucatronic.
Get out of there.
Pucatronic diabolic. Jokes
Get.
are so nasty. If we're honest,
I need a water bottle.
even with the rhinoplasty, you know they rule the world. All the boys and all the girls are slaves in every way. It should make you wanna hurl. Pucatronic. What can I say? Their ways make me sick. As we watch the parade.
Oops. Oh, what did I do? Yeah, Pucatronic. Pucatronic's great. Tiggos.
Butts are where the poop comes from. Not saying that a nice once grows, but men and women both have one, and nothing else really comes close to what's under your clothes, specifically your top. So you should probably show me your mystery spots, which literally stop me in my tracks, which is weird since I'm not into trends in the fact that so many chaps like smashing with bros hides the fact they're attracted to clapping buttholes. Tiggos. I love Tiggos, begging me to come and get those magical mountains, perfect for my fountain. Man, I love your Tiggos. Those Tiggos are a gift, so present your presents, nothing Lizzo. How can anyone doubt them? Tiggos are astounding. I just love those Tiggos. I love when they dance in opposite circles while women lie on their
I think this is
backs.
so my favorite.
Hey, yo, I'd like to make 6 million pizzas. How long do you think it would take? It's as ridiculous as their matizza to think I could successfully make 6 million of
Now, this
anything.
one's my favorite.
Stories are all that one has if they tell you that someone can bake 6 million of something. And look into their eyes while you ask for an answer to the simplest question. If the narrative's lost in the math, is the truth just the winner's invention? Making lies just another extension? Bridging the gaps of illusion? Keeping our class in detention ensures the constant state of confusion. The math just isn't mathing, so you're lying. You act just like you're grasping bottled lightning, while the last ones who are laughing push the piping, attacking anyone who's asking or denying. The pizza is the gate to the surprising, keeping you in faith while they're supplying. The reason it's all fake, they're compromising. The math just doesn't master it, so they're lying. Let's just go by the numbers. Awaken from your mushrooms to a plumber. You need to grow up. But choose wicked smart over dumber. The inside the tumbler puts the poison in the cup, but let's just get back to what I was trying to figure out. Their story's so corrupt, it should only lead to doubt, since cooking a pizza takes about 5 minutes. So it's weird, because 30 million minutes amounts to 57 friggin' years. The math just isn't mathing, so you're lying. You act just like you're grasping bottled lightning, while the last ones who are laughing push the piping, attacking anyone who's asking or denying. Pizza is the gate to the surprising, keeping you in faith while they're supplying. The reason it's all fake, they're compromising. The math just doesn't master it, so they're lying. So if I ended up succeeding with my 6 million pizza goal, would you say it's lies and cheating? If I said I paid the toll in just 4 years, would you be troll or would you worship every word? Is 4,000 plus pizzas per day a troll you'd wisely call absurd? Does 3 made every minute work in anyone's equation? Are you more or less assured you have the accurate information? Someone lies right to your face, then demands you give them favor. Do you call it out as brazen or do you tip out Occam's razor? This is just about pizza and math. I don't know why anybody would think there's anything more going on here. Come on, it's just pizza and math. You know, whatever gates you go through to get your answers, that's on you. But TBG is just talking about pizza and math. TBG.
God, that song's so good. That song should be being played everywhere. I'm sorry, but it's just so good. Obviously, the censorship is outrageous. Anyway, I'm going to go. Maybe I'll reset it. I don't even really feel like it, but I guess I'll give it a shot. Why the fuck not? We'll see what happens. Pedophiles, kill yourself.
Sky Daddy's watching over you, and that's what you believe in. Like,